As someone who's been in the CRT hobby for nearly 3 years now, I thought it would be fun to rank most of the consumer sets you'd find in the wild with this tier list I made. Let's just get this out of the way. Sony Vega. One of the best when it comes to consistency. They're very sharp and bright thanks to the aperture grille. Some will say these are the best sets to find, but really that's subjective. I've learned that most Vegas aren't perfect. Still, easy A tier. Toshiba combo sets. Popular for both movie and gaming fans, mostly composite only. The built-in players are convenient, but lots of them have failing VHS players. They're popular on social media and as such have been overly inflated. C tier. 80s wood grain CRTs. Usually RF, sometimes composite, what they lack in signal quality more than makes up for in pure aesthetics. These 80s sets I find are the ultimate way to watch old films and play NES. High B tier, but honestly I won't stop you from putting it in A. Cheap VHS sets. I call them the influencer special. These TVs are highly sought after on social media and have inflated their prices despite being cheaply made. Players often fail on these, so you're better off buying a dedicated VHS player in my opinion. D tier. Early Toshiba AFs. These are fantastic Vega alternatives. Some of the best scan lines I've seen have been on large Toshiba built AF CRTs. High A tier. Panasonic Taos. Another fan favorite, these are known for being super sharp and vibrant. Taos are sometimes preferred by enthusiasts over Trinitrons. A tier. Sharp X Flats. These CRTs are underdogs in my opinion. Their component quality is clean and easily rivals other sets in this category. A tier as well. Component Samsungs. Dynaflat models with component video look surprisingly good and are definitely worthy of A tier. RCA True Flats. Some will only have S video, but True Flats with component video also go in A tier. Random component sets. Even cheap mystery brand sets like this Advent CRT can look super clean through component video. If we take branding aside, I don't see how most people would enjoy gaming on these. A tier. 2000s imported CRTs. CRT production was perfected in the 2000s, so image quality on mystery brand sets from China and Korea could range from acceptable to surprisingly good. Easy C tier, but can move higher based on what inputs the set has. Cabinet CRTs. I personally don't like the look and bulk of these sets, but they still have their niche. I think they look best when paired with an NES or when playing vintage commercials. High D tier, but I won't stop someone from putting them in C. ProScan Multimedias. These are ultra high-end 36-inch beasts with a fine-pitch tube, quality speakers, and a VGA input. They can run higher resolutions while still natively outputting 240p and 480i. S tier. Late Orion Toshiba sets. Toshibas from the mid to late 2000s were made by Orion and use cheaper processing chips. They will often be criticized online and distinguished between the earlier Toshiba made models. While video quality isn't as clean, I think that for most people, myself included, you'll be happy with how it looks. Low A tier. 90s Trinitrons. Arguably more iconic than the flat screen Vegas. Lots of them came with S-video, but most can be modded for RGB. They tend to have less issues than Vegas, but their plastic cases are very brittle sometimes. Still, A tier. HD CRTs. For retro gaming, HD CRTs are pretty bad. They upscale 240p and 480i, which adds lag and artifacts. On the upside, they look glorious for 7th gen and HD content. I also like using them for widescreen films. High B tier. JVC D-Series. Many prefer the D-Series to Trinitrons for being softer, more natural looking, and using an actual bubble tube. Some love them, some hate them. Ultimately, it seems to depend on what tube the set has. I'll give it the benefit of the doubt and put it in A tier. Kitchen CRTs. Very small, very portable, very cute. Sadly, the novelty wears off after trying to play a game or watch a movie for more than half an hour. Trust me, I tried. C tier. 90s budget models. These are mono-composite sets made by reputable brands like Sharp, Samsung, and Toshiba. They're simple, no-frill sets that may leave more to be desired. Still, these TVs have a simple, classic look to them and work well for earlier games. Some can even be RGB modded. High D tier. Curved Toshiba sets. The A series is the curved brother to the AF series. Picture quality on these sets made by Toshiba are excellent. A tier. Curved Phillips sets with component. Some enthusiasts adore the look of these, as the component signal tends to come out incredibly clean. Just be warned that the front buttons on most of these sets are messed up. Still an A-tier TV. Truly antique CRTs. These are just experimentation TVs. You might hook up an Xbox or streaming device to an antique CRT, but only out of morbid curiosity. Virtually unplayable, practically unwatchable, but still interesting in their own right. D-tier. B&O sets. B&O was a luxury TV brand in the 80s. These CRTs were sold in the US with RGB, which is extremely rare. These sets were exquisitely made and look amazing, both inside and out. S tier. S-Video sets. S-Video is a significant upgrade from Composite, but it's slightly lower quality than Component. Depending on the year and model of TV, your set might feel cheaper or more premium. B tier. Composite-only Trinitrons. I think the aperture grill tech shines best through Composite. If you're stuck with Composite cables for whatever reason, it's going to be hard to beat a Trinitron. B tier, just behind S-Video. Composite sets. These are mid-range CRTs with stereo sound. Arguably the most authentic way to play retro games, as most of us didn't grow up playing games through Component or RGB. Some actually prefer the softer, fuzzier look, and certain games even look better on Composite. Honestly, I envy those who are perfectly happy playing games on these sets. C tier. Basic RF sets. This is the lowest quality input you'll find. It introduces extra noise and fuzz that not even Composite has. Some like the look, but for anything past NES, it leaves a lot of room for improvement. D tier. Samsung Slim Fits. These sets are slimmer than a traditional CRT, hence the name. The downside is that it often results in really bad geometry. Still, they come with component or HD video depending on the model. B tier. Big Mitsubishi CRTs. These 40-inch 90s sets were well built and high-end for their time. Enthusiasts love them for being some of the largest consumer sets you can find. A tier. Budget brands. Think Durabrand, Emerson, Symphonic, small Sanyos. These sets were cheaply made and monocomposite at best. They can still look acceptable on older consoles, assuming the tube is in good shape. D tier. Flat screen Sanyos. Even though some of these come with S-Video and Component, picture quality was a step down with more noticeable artifacts. However, when dialed in, they could still knock out a tired Toshiba or Sony. B tier. 5-inch black and white TVs. Don't even bother, just watch Westlight's video. Novelty CRTs. Think SpongeBob TV, Cars TV, Princess TV, Prison TV, and of course, the Shrek TV. Very meme-worthy, some came with neat features or gimmicks, but at the end of the day, most of these are basic monocomposite sets. For what you might pay for a Shrek TV, you can get something much nicer. C tier. Sony FV310 series. These are hyped as the best CRT TVs ever made, since they came with an extra component input, built-in subwoofer, and a dedicated board for the flyback. Basically, it just has extra goodies and a slightly more stable picture. They're marginally better than a normal Vega, but better nonetheless. S tier. And I'll put it at the very top, simply because you're more likely to find an FV310 out of these three sets. You're welcome. CRT computer monitors. These aren't TVs, but your standard Dell, HP, or Sony monitor will offer a finer dot pitch and higher resolution, which makes them sublime for emulating older games. All you need are some speakers and maybe an adapter or two, and you'll be pressed to find a sharper way to play retro games. This will finish off the A tier. I'm curious to know how you would rank these sets, and whether or not you think I rated these fairly. I'll just say that this list is pretty subjective, and as you can see, there are lots of great sets out there. Practically everything on this list is worthy of being saved and used for a specific niche, even if it doesn't suit yours or mine. And with that, this completes my CRT tier list. Thank you all for watching, I hope you enjoyed the video, and until next time, take care. Wait a minute. I think I forgot something.